In the previous class, we have already known about the Kanban board. Now let us know about the Scrum board. So this is a Scrum board. I have already told you how you can able to create the Scrum board, right? So I'll just tell about the Scrum very clearly first. So Scrum is not like Kanban. Kanban is a continuous process, but Scrum follows 5 steps: plan, build, review, improve, repeat. So it is not a continuous process. So it will follow these 5 steps. It will plan, it will build, it will review, it will send to review, improve its mistakes, and then repeat the same again. Yes, right? Mainly, Scrum has 4 pillars: Scrum roles, Scrum artifacts, Scrum events, Scrum board. Scrum board already you have known. This is a Scrum board. In Scrum board, we have to do in progress done. You already know about these workflows. You have already known about these, no problem. So let me just explain about remaining 3 Scrum roles. What are the Scrum roles, and what is mean by the Scrum artifacts, and what are the Scrum events, right? First, Scrum roles. There were 3 main roles in Scrum. Product owner, so he will decides what to build, right? He'll manage the stories and backlog, right? Product owner will decide what to build, what we have to build. Next is Scrum Master. He will ensure that Scrum rules are followed. Whether we are following the Scrum rules or not, he'll ensure that. Scrum Master. Okay, he'll manage the workflow or the sprints. Okay. Next, there will be a development team. The third role is development team. They actually builds the products, works on tasks and subtasks, right? They'll work on the products. Okay, these are the 3 different roles that we have in Scrum. Next one is Scrum artifacts. That it means things we use in Scrum. Okay, product backlog. Product backlog means in future. Backlog, as if I already told you, in future what are all the things you want to do, you'll keep all of them in backlog, right? Next, sprint backlog. This is product backlog. Sprint backlog means items inside an active sprint. Items which were there inside the sprint, active sprint. Okay. Next, third one is increment. Working output after every sprint. So after every sprint is generally of 1-2 weeks, right? So after, like, not 1-2 weeks, like 2-3 weeks, like that, right? So after every sprint, the output which was working, that is increment. All right. These are about the Scrum artifacts. I hope you've understood this. Next, the last one is Scrum events. Scrum events were nothing but, this is the last pillar. Okay. Scrum events nothing but meetings. Okay. So first one is sprint. As if you already know, it's a fixed time, generally like 1 to 3 weeks. It will be their sprint. So in meetings, there will be a sprint planning. So decide what to do in this particular sprint. Move items from backlog to sprint. So everything about the sprint they'll plan. And then sprint review. Whatever the work that has been completed, that will get reviewed. And then get feedback. Okay. Next, sprint retrospective. Retrospective is nothing but what went wrong, what we have done correctly, what to improve, what went well, what we have done well, what went wrong, what we have to improve, all these in sprint retrospective. And the fourth pillar is Scrum board. You already know about this. So this is the theory part of Scrum, about the Scrum. So now we'll look at the about the hands-on. Okay. Now let's do the hands-on practice about the Scrum-based projects. So first, for Scrum-based projects, we'll have backlog, right? Let's go to the backlog first, and then let us create the epic first. Okay, let us create the epic type first. Okay, I'll go to the this blue button and work type as epic. I'll keep the summary as user authentication. Okay, and I'll just create the task. Okay, it has been created here. If you can see, it has been created, but epic will not show here. Okay, fine. I'll just close this. So I'll next we want to create the child. We have created the parent. We have to create the child, right? So for that, in backlog we'll directly create. Click on the create here, and user sign up feature. Okay, so here it the work type is task. Actually, I'll move to story. Okay, and I'll click on create, and then second one is user sign in feature. Okay, so yes, again here also the work type is story itself, and I'll click on create. I have created two children. Okay, so I'll just link these two with the parent. Okay, for to link these two with the parent, we have to click on more actions, and here if you can see parent, we have only one parent, user authentication, so click on that. So for second one also more actions, click on parent, user authentication, right? We have linked them to the parent. All right, we have linked. So now after we have done with linking, now if you can see in the backlog, at the right corner we have create sprint button, right? Just click on that create sprint. So here if you can see, one extra sprint bar has been created, right? Let us drag this user sign up feature and user sign in feature, both of them into the sprint. Drag and drop here. Again, drag and drop here. We have dragged and dropped here in sprint, both of them in sprint. And here if you can see, we have start sprint button. Okay, okay, let us click on start sprint. Okay, the sprint name, if you want, you can just modify this. I'll keep it as it is. And duration, how many weeks you want to keep, you can. If you want to customize, apart from these 4 weeks, if you want to customize, you can go ahead. I'll keep 2 weeks only. So start date from this, the today, at this point of time, I'm gonna start the sprint. So what is the sprint goal? If you want to keep anything, you can keep. If not, just leave it like that. Click on start. Okay, sprint has started. Actually before we don't in board we don't have anything, but when we clicked on, when we created in backlog, directly when we have started the sprint, we directly got this here also, right? Okay, we haven't created the to do tasks in board, but we have, after starting the sprint, we have got in the board also. Okay, so actually they were in to do. I'll just move them to progress, both of them, and then done, both of them. And then if you want, here you can directly click on complete sprint. If not, go to backlog, and here if you can see at the top right corner of project sprint 2, we have complete sprint, right? So click on this complete sprint, complete project sprint 2. This sprint contains 2 completed work items. That's all of them. Well done. So if you want to complete the sprint, you can just click on complete sprint. So we have completed the sprint. Directly they will get deleted. If you can go to the board, so here if you can see, directly they have been deleted as we have completed them, as the sprint has been completed, right? So this is how you can perform the actions in Scrum based project, Scrum Board. Okay.